Hello everyone, I am Pankaj Chaudhary and you are welcome back to the menu driven program. So let's start with creating an employee class as discussed. In our employee class, we have to consider these following attributes: employee ID, name, department and salary, where we have to put private employee ID and salary. So here I have created an employee class and let's put out the module docstring. Employee class employee. That argument we need, that is EID or EMP underscore ID, name, department and salary. Now let's initialize all these attributes. Self dot double underscore EMP ID, or just say EMP ID is equals to EMP ID. Self dot name equals to name. Self dot department equals to department, and self dot salary is equals to salary. Now we also have an attribute number of employee set to 0, which is a static variable. Now let's put out some comments. For counting a number of employees. So here we have created this method. Now we will go for the EMP ID and declare it as property. EMP ID or EMP and ID self. Now this method will return EMP ID. Now @ setter def EMP ID and the argument required self and EMP underscore ID. Now let's check it whether that EMP ID passed by the user is valid or not. So EMP ID must be not equals to none, and EMP ID must be greater than 0. So this is the condition that we need to check. It should not be none and it should be greater than 0. Now next, if it is okay, then we will put this value emp underscore id is equals to emp id else I will raise an error invalid employee id. So when this error is raised, the program will be terminated. Next method that we need to check is salary. So again, property def salary self return self dot double underscore salary, and then at the rate next decorator for setting the value of salary. So here we are going to check in the function salary self dot salary is equals to self dot double underscore private attribute salary equals to the attribute we have passed. So we have created these two functions. In the similar way, if you want to put some validation for setting the value of department and that name of the employee, then we can also set these properties. Okay, so we have created an employee object. Now first let's check it. So I will declare here if main. I will tell you what is this if main. Letter. First I will check, we will create an object of employee by passing the necessary parameter, that is employee id 1, name say Amit, department say ETX, and salary say 1000. So this is the employee object. Now if you look at the value of object E by displaying its dictionary, you can see the output here. So here is the output: employee ID 1, department ETX, name Amit, underscore employee double underscore salary, and EID. So this is correct. Something is not correct with this EMP ID. So what it is, let me check. EMP ID, we are passing here EMP ID. So the variable method must be EMP ID, then it's going to be work fine, because this variable is treated as this variable, so there is no such underscore kind of thing, so it's creating a confusion. Let's remove it. We have a variable only EMP ID, not EMP ID underscore. So I've just removed out all these variables. Now let it be the empid first private attribute and the second private attribute. So this is our employee class, where we have declared init method for initializing this parameter and two properties, we can say getter setter method in Pythonic way for setting the value of empid and salary. Here if I'm going to pass this value of -1, something like this, then let's see what's happening here. Exception must be old style class or derived from base class, not str type error. There is error raise invalid employee ID. So an exception is raised, and it's an old style exception. We will see in more detail when we are going to learn the exceptions. So I hope you have understand what is the employee class and how we are going to declare it. I will tell you about this section in the next video.